Hello everyone and welcome to my EastEnders Media news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In the most recent episode of the show, EastEnders disclosed the discord that arose between Whitney Dean and Zach Hudson following their dramatic nuptials. As Whitney was reciting her vows at the conclusion of yesterday's episode, Brittany disclosed that Zach had cheated on her with her closest friend Lauren. In the episode that aired today, Whitney was enraged after learning that Brittany was telling the truth. She smacked Zach and beat Lauren ferociously before fleeing the registry office. Whitney comforted Brittany that she wasn't disliked for telling the truth, saying, "Listen, you told the truth. That was a good thing to do." Brittany was worried that Whitney would punish her for telling the truth. "By doing it, you've shown your love for me." Hearing this exchange overheard, Bianca appeared guilty because she had chosen to keep Zach's betrayal a secret despite knowing about it for weeks. In a desperate attempt to keep her relationship with her stepdaughter intact, Bianca confronted Zach and begged him not to tell Whitney that she knew. Whitney learned that Zach knew that Brittany was aware of his secret and had emotionally blackmailed her into being silent when he later paid her a visit. Brittany informed Whitney that she wanted to go back to Milton Keynes and see her biological mother after the pair enjoyed a precious time with baby Dolly. Brittany said this because she was afraid Whitney would blame her if Zach cheated on her again in the future. Whitney then confided in Zach, saying that she no longer trusted him and that she feared she would always be suspicious that he was having an affair. She stated that she had to put her girls first and act in their best interests, even though she acknowledged that if it were just the two of them, she would probably accept him back. She said to Zach, "Me and you are over. We're through." Now that Whitney has made the decision to permanently break up with Zach, what comes next for her? In response to an infidelity bombshell that was thrown at Whitney Dean and Zach Hudson's wedding, EastEnders aired dramatic scenes on Tuesday. After Brittany revealed during her vows that Zach had slept with her closest friend and maid of honor Lauren Branning, Whitney learned of the affair. There were violent scenes when Whitney grabbed Lauren by the hair and dragged her across the floor after slapping her with her bouquet. She then gave Zach a punch to the face, needed to be restrained, and then sobbed as she left the scene. Whitney sobbed upon returning home, experiencing yet another broken marriage and another betrayal by a romantic partner. After their daughter Dolly was born, Whitney discovered within a few days that Zach had slept with Lauren during her pregnancy. As Whitney was planning what to do, she spoke with Brittany and quickly realized what needed to be done. In an interview with Zach, Whitney asserted that she was better off without him and that their breakup was necessary for her to become a better mother. Whitney broke up with him, vowing it was permanent, leaving him devastated. The program was dubbed cinematic by viewers after Whitney attacked Lauren and the groom, and the quick-cut camera work also captured the amusing responses of the wedding attendees. Although some fans were upset about the violence, others were relieved to see Zach get exposed, particularly after he had forced Brittany to lie on his behalf. One fan commented on X, saying, "I usually wait until later to watch the full episode, but this is just everything." A different admirer wrote, "When Whitney went after Lauren, that was literally a cinema moment," and another wrote, "These two shots following the speed and direction of Whitney's slaps round to the wedding dress reaction was absolute cinema." After 16 years in the role, actress Shona McGarty will shortly be leaving Whitney. Although it's unclear if she will go with Zach, Shona is rumored to be leaving at the end of the week. Speaking recently about her choice to go, Shona stated, "Because that's all I've ever known, it was an extremely difficult decision. I feel like I'm leaving home because I spent my entire childhood living on the square. But as you get older, you realize that life is really short, so I had to pull up my big girl pants and bravery. Before I get too old, there are more opportunities and sectors of the industry I want to investigate. Everything has an end, and this is the beginning of a new chapter in my life." That was a big decision, but once I made it, I was quite resolute that this was something I had to do, she said to the Sun. Really, 16 years is great. Whitney needs a vacation, and I've had a great run. Spoilers for EastEnders for tonight, Monday, May 20th, indicate that Zach and Whitney realize they haven't informed anyone about the postponed wedding. After that, they decide to go ahead and exchange vows, but Brittany spoils the party by dropping a major bombshell. In light of Brittany's disclosure in the EastEnders spoilers, would Zach and Whitney still be able to get married? Brittany reveals Zach's infidelity. Zach and Whitney are having a great time connecting with baby Dolly this evening in Walford. But as soon as Brittany and Bianca get home, Zach pulls her aside and begs her not to tell Whitney that he cheated on her. After Dolly is born, the couple decides to go ahead with their original plans after realizing that everyone else in the square still believes the wedding is still happening. While Zach and Whitney are feeling bad about what they've done, Lauren assists Whitney in getting dressed. Lily tells Brittany about Whitney's past heartbreaks while everyone is on their way to the ceremony. Just before Brittany interrupts and tells everyone that Zach and Lauren had slept together, Whitney walks down the aisle with Dolly and delivers her vows to Zach. Will the pair still tie the knot? The appearance of Junior's family. Junior visits Gina and Anna again in Walford to spend time with them. As George sees his kids grow closer without him, he can't help but feel like an outsider. The Knights are shocked when Monique and Xavier, Junior's secret family, show up at the bar. They didn't know Junior was married and had a kid. Mo and Freddie make a comeback. Concerned that there may be intruders in the house, Alfie calls Kat. Alfie reaches for a toy baseball bat and hits. But in reality, Mo and Freddie, who have returned to Walford, are the intruders. Cindy, Elaine, and the girls are waiting on news about George in the meantime. Cindy's knowledge of George's fighting and her refusal to disclose it to Elaine, Anna, and Gina infuriate them. 8. Cindy makes a threat against George. Gina and Anna are eventually convinced to have lunch with Cindy by her. She vows to persuade George to refrain from fighting. Cindy makes an attempt to encourage George to use internet counseling. Though George initially objects, she manages to persuade him otherwise. But soon after, George informs Cindy of his plans and sets up another argument for the following week. Then she issues an ultimatum to him. What will he choose? 9. Amy feels envious. Denzel makes plans to work with Ebony, an influencer. Even yet, Amy isn't overly thrilled to learn of the partnership. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.